Hi everyone, it's Angela from Cloudfetti, and today I'm sharing how to make a miniature strawberry shortcake out of polymer clay. So to start out, I'm flattening a large ball of some vanilla clay in between two stacks of 2 popsicle sticks with an acrylic rolling pin. I then have a small square cookie cutter here. And I'm cutting out 2 squares from the rolled out clay. I'm just pressing that in and pulling away the excess. And then removing the squares from my work surface with a blade. So next up, to make it look baked, I'm brushing on a mix of some brown and yellow chalk pastels just onto the top surfaces. I've also gone ahead and cut out 2 squares out of white clay, and now I'm going to stack the pieces all up. So I'm starting with the vanilla piece with the shading facing up and brushing on some liquid clay on the top. I'm going to do this in between each layer so it's kind of like a glue, making it stick together a lot stronger. Then placing on both of the white pieces. And finally the last vanilla one with the shading facing down. And then because the liquid clay makes everything a little bit slippery, to make sure everything stays together, I'm going to add in an eye pin at this stage. Since the 2 white layers are stacked, you can see that there's a really visible line in between the 2 of them. So I'm using my needle tool to smooth it out and trying to make it into one big single layer of cream. And then to make it a little bit more realistic with texture, I'm dabbing a toothbrush all over the cake and cream surfaces. I then want to make some more like harder texture bits. So I have this thing and I have no idea what it's called. let's just call it a pokey tool, and I'm going to press it randomly into the clay to give it more texture. If you don't have this, you could use a toothpick or a needle tool, or even a sewing needle or safety pin would be good. So next I have this strawberry cane, which I bought online, which I'll leave a link to in the description box below. And what it is kind of like a pre-baked log of clay, and it has a design running all the way through it. And in this design it has a little strawberry. So to make some slices for the cake, I'm using my blade to cut off little pieces. I'm then going to place one on each side of the cake onto the cream. Then it's time to add the face, so using a dotting tool to poke holes for the eyes to go. And adding in little balls of brown. And a little tiny smile. And then lastly, for the cheeks, I'm brushing on a little bit of pink chalk pastel. So now for a little dollop of cream on the cake, I'm pinching the top of a little ball of some white clay until it comes to a point. I'm then going to pull out the eye pin before placing the cream dollop on top of the cake in the center. I'm then placing the eye pin back in and baking it using my package's instructions. And then once it's fully cooled down, I am securing the eye pin with some super glue. And that's all for this tutorial. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!